Hello Year 6. We wanted to do a little video to show you what it was going to be like coming back to school on the 15th of June. I know that some of you are thinking, well, what are we doing about social distancing? How are we going to keep you safe? How are we going to keep the staff safe? What's school going to be like when we get back? So we're going to do a little video that explains what things are going to be like for you. First of all, when you come into school, you'll notice on the ground lots and lots of yellow dots, which Josh, my video recorder, is going to demonstrate to you now. Okay, so here we go, here's Josh, and you can see dots on the ground. We're just by the bus park now. You can see dots on the ground, and Josh is lining up on one of those dots there, and those dots are 2 meters apart. Now Josh can only move on to the next dot when the person in front of him has moved. And those dots are all the way down the drive, as you can see. And we're walking down the drive now. You can see the old house just starting to appear. Dots, 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 and more dots. Lots of dots. And I will just say that each form is going to come in at a slightly different time, and we're going to be sending an email out to your parents to explain how that's going to work and what time your form are going to be arriving. So we're up on the path and we carry on following the dots, and there'll be lots of members of staff out here to help you and remind you where to go and what to do. And I'm going to pass you over to Josh now, because I'm going to show you the next stage of coming into school. So here I am. You can see a big yellow line on the ground there. And that yellow line is going to show where a table's going to be. And there's going to be 2 members of staff there, and they're going to be dressed in personal protective equipment. I'm sure you've heard a lot about PPE. So they're going to have an apron on, they're going to have gloves on, they're going to have a mask on, and they're going to have a face shield on, and they're going to take your temperature. Now that's nothing to worry about at all. That's just checking that your temperature's okay to come into school. It might be that your temperature's a little bit high because you've run up to school or biked up to school, and we'll just ask you to stand to one side and we'll take your temperature again when you've cooled down. As long as your temperature's okay, you'll walk round the table, and then we've got more sprayed yellow dots. Here we go. And then we're going to come through the gate. The gate will obviously be open. And you can see 2 sets of yellow dots now. So you're going to be asked by a member of staff to queue up on one of those 2 dots. And you'll come down through the dots again, only moving when another person has moved to this place here. And this is our hand sanitising station. So this is going to be set up with lots of hand sanitizer, and you're going to wash your hands using hand sanitizer. Okay. Once you've washed your hands with hand sanitizer, you're going to be met by your teachers here, and you can see again lots more yellow dots, dots everywhere. Okay. And you'll be taken into one of the classrooms. Now all of the Year 6 children will either be in the Year 5 block or in the main block. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a room that's been set up in the old house for the key worker children, so you can see what we've done with the tables. So let's go into the old house. You can see we've thought really carefully about social distancing, haven't we? And we want you to try really hard to keep that 2 meters all the time, and the staff will be reminding you of that all the time. On the floor inside the building, we've got black and yellow tape. Josh is going to show you that now. Again, that's to remind you where to queue. Okay, I'm going to come through and go into Mrs. Narroway's room. Now I want you to have a look at the tables in Mrs. Narroway's room. You can see that Mr. Coleman and Mr. Chaplin have put some X's on the table, and that shows you the tables that you can't use, and then the tables that you can use. So I'm going to pass over to Josh. You'll come and sit at a table. Okay, that will be your table for the day, and you hold your table for the whole time you're at school. You won't move from that table, and all your equipment will be on there. So your books will be on there, your pencil case will be on there, and so on. We're going to ask you to bring your pencil case into school and leave it in school safely on your desk. We're going to ask you to bring your bag into the classroom and not use the cloakrooms, and that can be put under the table. Okay? So there's nothing really to worry about at all there. Bring a well-stocked pencil case. Try and bring scissors and glue, as well as coloured pencils and pens and a green pen. And then you'll be absolutely fine. So Josh is going to just hit the video now. Okay, so we've got some very, very simple rules to follow. First and foremost, being kind to everybody. Making sure you're following the social distancing. Making sure that you wash your hands carefully lots. And just making sure that you're sensible around school. Okay? Each bubble, we're going to call you, is going to have about 9 people in it. Your form tutors have chosen the bubble that you're going to be in, and they've tried to put you with at least one friend. You're going to stay in that bubble all day, so you'll work in your classroom. You can go outside. You'll have a particular area to play in. You'll have a particular set of toilets to use, and we'll tell you all about that on the first day of term. And we've also got some places outside with extra shelter so that you can have some lessons outside. I don't want anybody to worry about being told off if you don't follow the rules. We're going to be here to gently remind you of the rules until you get used to them. The key worker children have got used to it very, very quickly. The other thing I don't want you to be worried about year 6 is that you're going to get lots of tests when you come back to school. We are going to do lots of school work with you. So we've got some brilliant English and maths lessons planned, and the teachers in other departments have been working hard on projects for you, but there aren't going to be tests. So please don't worry about that. If you or your parents have got any questions, get them to email the office with the question, and one of us will get back with an answer to that question for you. I hope that's made everything clear, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.